I'm Sophie Collard.
I'm Jake Mulley.
And we were nominated for RiotCleanUp, which we started following the riots in London last year. I created the hashtag.
Me and Patrick, another guy, was 16 at the time, we developed the website.
And the website had all the information about the different cleanups that were happening at the time. I went to Clapham Junction
and met Sophie.
And we both had brooms and were there at the cleanup there. Following on from that, Dan, who helped organise a lot of people to come together, and I have been working on a website called We Will Gather, and we got funding from Nesta for that. And we'll be using the same idea of using Twitter to bring communities together, to do that repeatedly in various different situations. So it's led to a lot of good things since as well. After they put up the website, we met again.
Even before that, Sophie just tweeted saying who wants to build a website, and me and Patrick both replied. And it was the middle of the night, wasn't it? About 1 a.m.
Because
Patrick were up, and we just got involved and just done it off our own backs voluntarily. Stayed up through the night building it, all through the next day as well, no sleep.
I saw that they'd been involved in building the initial site, and I saw the potential that could come from having a proper website, because initially it was just a kind of panic, put a site up in response to the thousands and thousands of tweets and media that were trying to communicate. So we all spent a day on Google Hangout and built an initial website, and then really from there I spoke to Dan and said, I want this to continue. After everybody's gone away after RiotCleanUp, I'd like there to be a lasting positive outcome. So we've been working on that.
Yeah, throughout the website being built, there was 2 million retweets on Twitter about the website, and we got over 5 million hits in a couple of hours, and it just kept going down, so we built it even a bigger structure for it to lay on to handle the amount of people who were visiting. And Dan stayed up throughout the night taking media calls, didn't he?
Yeah, he spent about 3 days taking media calls every 2 minutes with a rehearsed kind of, this is what's happening, blitz spirit, cup of tea, brooms, again and again and again.
It was all over the world. It was Australia, Portugal, Brazil, Africa, just everyone got involved and they wanted to know about our story, didn't they?
Yeah, and sort of using social media positively because of all the stuff with it being negative, and the Prime Minister condemning it and us going, no, actually social media is fantastic. And we were recently, Dan and I went to Twitter's offices and they were like, they're thinking of getting a large broom army picture put up in their office.
Well, for me it wasn't as much as helping other people, it's because the view of children and teenagers around that time was so bad, and it was so degrading to be thought of as a yob, which I'm really not. And I just wanted to change the view of teenagers around that time and around my area.